I'm Lone, and welcome back to Steam Visual Novel Fest. For today, we're going to go way back to 2016 and a visual novel called Disturbed. It's actually more point and click, I think. And you actually die and stuff in it too, which is pretty interesting. And it's free, so that's good too. I had a hard time finding more weird ones because I don't want to play just like average visual novels. I want like as strange as possible. So I don't know. This one showed up. It was updated in 2023. That's pretty cool. So let's start. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow is sick. Not the cow. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day, you feel more uncertain that things will ever be how they were before. Perhaps it's up to you. You've made up your mind. You're going to do something about it. And since we can die, I'm going to do a lot of saving before we make choices. So you stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Go to the crops, go to the house, go to the shed. Let's go to the shed. You attempt to open the shed door, but it won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. Maybe in the house? Entering the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness, as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps it may be a good time just to lay in bed and wish your problems will just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Read journal? Dear journal, another unusual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Bethany is also doing quite well. Never disappointed with the milk that she provides. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. What does that mean? I mean, talking to a cow, yeah. It's just a weird sentence. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. It sounds like a punchline. I don't know. Dear journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment, well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. No one will ever get into my stuff again. Where'd you hide the key? Dear journal, I woke up one night to a foul smell I've never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city and see what this is about. What does the city have to do with a bad smell in the country? Sounds like another weird setup line to a joke. I don't know. Open to chest. You open the chest and find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. Wait, you found your lucky charm. It's rumored to protect those who wander around for too long. Okay, that's good. Here, let's save. We'll save in that empty slot right there. That's good. Lay in bed or go back outside? I don't want to lay in bed. We'll just go back outside now that we have our lucky charm. What are we going to do next? We're going to go to the crops because there's not much else. The path dividing the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these last months. A penetrating odor reminds you that the plants are decaying away and time is running short. Follow the path, go to the pen, go back to the house. What about the pen? Oh no, toxic fumes burn your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lies lifeless on the ground, as if the growing blight slowly begin to consume her body. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand here, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. Grab a mushroom. Inspect the water. You inspect the water, looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl up like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. Oh, okay. So it was like exposure. Bethany! How will I ever be social with my cow now? Oh no. I'm gonna grab a... I'm gonna save. And then I'll grab a mushroom. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. Ah! As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores sprays from the mushrooms. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly, your body shrivels up into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die, eventually, after crawling around on the ground. Your adventure ends here. Sweet. All right. Good choice. Leave the pen. Maybe there's gloves or something that we can grab. That could be useful, maybe. if we find the key to the shed. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if it could be something helpful in there. Save. Go into the cave. There's a faint whistle of wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. You notice that there's a different smell, but you welcome it, compared to the deathly blight found outside. Go further? Hi, bear! Oh no! Before you take your next step, a large burr emerges from the darkness. You realize that you've made a terrible mistake, even thinking that something helpful could be in here. Fight the bear or run away. Round 1, fight! You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks you can grab and throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after the other, you throw rocks as hard as you can. The bear charges at you as you bend over to grab another rock, tackling you to the ground. The bear bites you on the neck. Your body quickly goes limp and you die. Yeah, getting all these death achievements. Your adventure ends here. Perfect. All right, let's run away from the bear. The moment you turn, the bear roars with a deep growl, shaking loose the stones about the cave. All you can think about is making it back home in one piece. Well, you made it to the trail. Then the bear catches up with you, tackling you to the ground. You scream in pain as the bear rips you apart. Your adventure ends here. All right. So we got to go a little bit before that. Can I delete? No, I cannot. Okay, that's fine though. Continue down the path. We ignore that cave. Goodbye, cave. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Fucking save. Save! Inspect the wagon. You look around the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. It's probably the burr that did it. You notice a key on the ground during your search. You pick up the key and continue on your way. Okay. After what felt like an hour or two, you reach the bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack, similar to the house that you have on the farm. The man that lives here is a kind fellow from what you recall. Maybe he's home. Across the bridge. Oh, so we can't go back. Is there do we have like an items list? No. All right, I'm going to save some more. And we'll inspect the shack, I suppose. Yeah, I don't have an inventory list, but that's okay. Inspect the shack. You walk around towards the structure and knock on the door. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person who lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up the key from the wagon. You use it on the door. The door unlocks. Okay, so that solves that. You decide to help yourself in. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You're overcome with fear as you think of the man that you still dwell down here. Okay. Open trap door. Inspect the book on the table. It might be the Necronomicon. So we're going to save, just in case it melts our face off or bites our ass or something like that. Inspect the book on the table. You pick up the book and start flipping through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today, trading went smooth. This is my journal voice. Today, trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I'm thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently, there is a pond nearby that's some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch anything there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick. But what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past couple of weeks have been really rough on me. My trade business has gone under, and I have lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but it can't be helped now. I am leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying, and there is nothing but darkness here. Everyone reading this should leave while they can. You can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. Okay. We save again? Abundance of caution. Open the trap door. You observe the trap door and notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward. Without thinking. Walking down the steps, leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately that there's a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. Slay the Princess? I thought about playing Slay the Princess for the rest of the visual novel fest, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. I've already played it for 2 hours, but I have never finished it, so perhaps. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. Talking with the woman. Talk with the woman. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there. Let me out of here. The pressure of such demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Something brought you here. Please, have mercy on me. Save. There's like multiple branching choices now. We'll free the woman. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength, but starts to stand up on her own. As she gets up, she turns towards you. Uh-oh. Dun dun dun. I will now do you a favor. No favors. I don't need any favors. I'll just leave, and you can do whatever you want. We'll go our separate ways. 2 ships passing in the night, please. No! What seemed to be the face of a helpless woman disappears as a horrible image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of a bone hand lock onto your arms. Energy flees from your body as you fall to your knees. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It's unfortunate that your journey ends here. Okay. I guess we'll decline then. I will not. No, don't go. With nothing else to interact with, you make your way up the stairs. As you exit, you can hear the woman laughing behind you. The voice causes the shack to shake. You leave the shack as fast as you could. Ooh. You leave the shack and cross the bridge before something bad happens. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that's happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree to sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Take a nap or pick the grass. Both sound like bad ideas. Let's pick at the grass a little bit first. As you pick at the grass blades in your reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, roots from below the sprouts of the ground have wrapped around your legs. Everything kills you. Oh, you turn around to see a large angry face looking back at you. It's an ent. Your jaw. What was that sound effect? Dude, I love this game so much. It's so good. Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or scream escapes your tongue as a tightening grip of the roots squeeze what air is left in your body. Death achievement. Nature will rise against you. Your adventure ends here. All right. If we lean against the tree, he's going to eat our head off. So we may be at an impasse. Yeah. Oh, shit. I'll have to go back even further. I guess I'll take a nap. That's not going to go good. You close your eyes and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. Who? Who, motherfucker? What? Not who. That's a what. That is not a who or whom at all. A bad feeling then overcomes you, and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad would happen if you stayed here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. Okay, cool. You reach a point where the trail splits into 2 paths. We take a left. Left is best. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass. Oh, I should have saved, bro. No. That's okay. It's not that far back. All right. It's fine. It's not a disaster. You can always go back. Here, hold on. Okay, here we go. Now we can save. I'll save right there. Yes. Okay, cool. Go left. Okay. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up towards the nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way do you go? Continue down the path, follow the trail in the grass, or go back where the split path was? Well, we have the left and right save, so let's follow the trail with the grass, go off the beaten path. What are we doing right now? We're just trying to get away from the blight, I guess. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Inspect the grave? You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword. May I have it? Spirit. The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire this sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. Back away from the sword. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. Bound in darkness. That makes me think of the cave. The figure fades out of view. Go back? All right. This is getting a little complicated now because we have split paths, but that's okay. We'll continue down this path. Oh, maybe there's a flower or something in the darkness there. I thought maybe our amulet would work, but apparently not. You walk for some time and find an endless field of grass. There's a stone well near the path. Well, it's dark down there. Maybe that's it. Inspect the well? I don't mind not saving here. It's easy to get back over here. You peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting up against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Okay. We'll save. Grab the coin. You lean over the edge of the well. There's no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. Oh, great. Fear and hunger. Here we go. Jump down the well? Yes, please. You are now stuck in well. Goodbye. Unless somebody comes by with a rope, bails you out, and then proceeds to kill you. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and you fall. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock to the head, you lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly as you drown without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. Ooh, shiny. Ooh, shiny achievement. Nice. All right, leave. So we can't do anything here. Perhaps you may obtain the coin later. You step away from the well. So we can continue on into the field of grass. Walking over the hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Armor. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods with the farm. You discover that the plague has spread to your farm. That spread to your farm has spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with the blight. Overrun with the blight. I can't continue on. 3. Save. Continue. You've come a long way and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forward into the tainted soil. Yeah, before you realize what happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. Another achievement. Achievement hunting. Achievement hunting. Go back. All right, we got to go all the way back. Go back to the grass trail. And then continue down the path, right? Oh, no, 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 no. We got to go all the way back. Yeah. Go back where the path splits. We got to go to the right. The left is just like all the stuff that you can get later, provided that you have the means to grab whatever's there. All right, now we can go right. Should I save again now, though? Yeah, I suppose so. Then we don't have to do all that stuff over again. Go right. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower overlooking the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there's a tree that has a hole carved into it. Inspect a tree? You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough for you to fit your hand into it. You look and see something shiny in the hole, as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you find 3 knobs. One on the right, one in the center, one centered in the middle, and one on the left. Press the knobs. Press the left knob. Middle knob. Right knob. The knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. Must be some sort of combination. Left. Middle. There's only so many. All right, I guess we have to leave the tree until we can figure it out. All right, so we can't inspect the tree. We can go to the gate. You approach the gate cautiously. Enter. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. This is no doubt the birthplace of the spreading plague. There's a fountain before you, with a statue on your right and left. Enter the tower, inspect the fountain. Holy shit, there's so much. Inspect the fountain first. There's a dark haze about the fountain. The water is black, and the smell burns with every breath. You feel a slight pull towards the fountain, as if it were calling for something. I don't have any other items, though. Inspect the statue on the left. You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines and thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, and the other hand has a finger pointed towards the sky. You feel it best to leave the statue alone. One finger pointed towards the sky. Okay. Statue on the right. Oh, hi there. Before you stands an old angel statue that has broke in many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, with the other hand hovering over the bowl. You notice that there are only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. I wonder if this is the knob puzzle then. Center, left, and right. It only has 2. So left first, right second. Left first, right second. No! A horrifying figure glides through the air. It doesn't seem to notice you and passes by. It may be a matter of time before it does notice you. Oh no. Inspect the tree. Maybe it's the knot. Oh shit! I was doing like of all 3. I guess I went left, right, right, and it worked. You hear a rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Everything goes dark and you sink below the surface. The hole above you seals up, traps you underground. Oh, that makes sense. Left, right, right. So the angel statue with the number 1 is left. And then the angel statue had 2 fingers. Right, right. God damn it. I brute forced it, but yeah. You find yourself with no evident way out, but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose? I choose to save. Oh no. Left first, please. You cautiously make your way through the darkness. You come to a split path. Which way do you go? Left. You move forward into the darkness. 3 separate paths. Is it going to be the same? Yeah, okay, cool. Right? You struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. You notice that there is a light in the distance, and you continue to make your way forward. Eventually, you make it into some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that it wasn't part of the initial design. You turn around to see a door. There being little to nothing in the room, you decide to move through the doorway. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. You turn about to discover that in each direction there is a door. Boxes of supplies and debris litter the floor and the corners of the room. You notice that there are several markings on the door and floor, some of which scare you. You got a bad feeling about this place. Buh. Middle door is fucked. Yeah, but we just saved, so let's get that death achievement. You enter a room full of metal cages. Before you is a hallway marked with questionable markings, and you don't like the feeling that you have about this place. Whatever was in these cages surely did not like being locked up. You notice that there's an animal in the cage to the left of the room, but from the dark stains of its fur, it's dead. You cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with 2 cell doors. Oh, hi there. Before you could do anything, a large hound? That's a hound? Leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. Realizing that you are not prepared for a moment like this, you slowly back away into the other room. To your dismay, the dog follows your every movement. Before you can do anything, the dog leaps forward towards you. You don't survive long and die a painful death. Your adventure ends here. Okay. Cool. Back then. Okay, no middle door. There was no other choices we can make there. Left door. Oh, the supplies. Yeah. Supplies? You walk around the room browsing through the dust-covered storage. You find some rope in one of the boxes. It feels strong to the touch and has minimal wear. You decide to take the rope. Yeah, we can get down into the well now. Sweet. Okay, yeah, I'll remember that. Do we go through the rest of these doors or we just enter the door behind us? What do we do if we get the coin though? What is the coin gonna give us? Yeah, let's get out of here. You walk up the steps. Oh, you enter the large room. The air is polluted with dust and spiderweb cover the walls and ceiling. Yeah, we can't get back so easily. Where should you go now? Upstairs, downstairs, the far door, or go outside? Go outside. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, cool. Exit the gated area. Go back where the split path was. Take a left. Go forward. Go down the path. Yeah, not the grass path, but that path. Yeah, okay. Inspect the well. You peer down the well. Yep. If possible, you could go down and take the coin. I'm gonna run out of save slots. Grab the coin. You pull out the rope you found earlier and fasten it to the well. You climb down with ease and obtain the coin. Nice. You struggle to pull yourself up the well, but you do so successfully. And then you loosen the rope and store it away. Okay. You feel somewhat satisfied that you're 1 coin richer. Cool. So now we can go back where the path splits. Go right. Go to the gate. I want to see if the coin can go into the fountain. Because that kind of makes the most sense. I mean, a coin in the well makes sense also. Inspect the fountain. It's calling for something. Yeah, that's what I figured. You pull out the coin you found and toss it into the water of the fountain. The coin disappears with a subtle splash. The water fizzes for a moment, quickly returning to a lifeless state. Surely this must mean something. Okay, that did something. What could it be, though? Statue on the left? Okay. So now we can enter back into the tower. Where will we go now? Upstairs? Let's take the far door. The door struggles to move, but you enter into what appears to be a spider's den. The air is thick and the room is a mess with web and body parts. You notice that there are a couple of items in the room that could be useful. If nothing else, there's a key on the ground that you will no doubt need. Well, Jesus Christ, but before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You don't have any doubt that it's hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. With nothing to defend yourself, the spider quickly bites you. We need the sword. Okay. Yeah, we need the sword then. How do we get the sword? He wanted something from the darkness, right? What would that be? Something underground? Downstairs. Okay, we already went through that door. So, how about the left door? No objects interest us in this room. Oh, it's just back here. We never went right before. So now that we're down here, we can go to the right. The passageway soon ends with an enlarged mushroom sitting in front of you. A steady river of water flows between you and the mushroom. I love mushrooms, but gotta be careful. You walk towards the mushroom as if there was something more than meets the eye. Walking forward, you take a step into the water. To your dismay, your foot hits no bottom and you fall in. You reach to grab hold of the edge of the surface, but your body freezes stiff and we die. Okay? Yeah, without any sense of touch or warmth, your lifeless body sinks into the darkness. Okay, can't do anything with the mushroom then. But we get the achievement, so that's nice. Left? Right? Ooh, a pirate ship. Well, it's not pirates. It's just a ship. I don't know why I say pirates. So childish. If you make it, as you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. It's a grotto. Yeah, grottos are awesome. An old-looking ship rests against the edges of the lake, with debris scattered about the surrounding area. Inspect the ship. You cautiously walk down towards the ship. The air is chilling, and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. You climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you are only welcomed by the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood cracking under your feet. You feel the ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps bounce off the structure of the ship. From one room to another, you come to discover a kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment and inspect it. Okay? Inspect the drawers. You pull the drawers out one after another, finding they have been emptied. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotting the edge of the wall. You take the knife in hopes that you may be able to defend yourself with it. Okay, cool. Maybe that's the spider then, not the sword. Inspect the oven. You see a lone pot resting on a dusty stove top. You gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash fills the chambers. You close the oven door. Move on. Oh, you discover a door with fancy markings on the woodwork. Perhaps this is where the captain resided. You discover the room of the captain. Unlike other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in this room. Before you rest an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There's a small bed off near the corner of the room, and some chairs in others. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything other than the lamp and other objects. There's a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. Loan document. Yeah, let's read the loan document. Notice to the crew, due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. What about the stack of papers? Peering at the pages of this collected pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes or journal entries. You pick up a few and begin to read. Day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our second week away from home. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It has been my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together, we move forward with our full hearts and unbreakable spirits. Day 66. It has been just over 2 months out at sea, and we have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favored crew have passed on to the next life. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow laborers as our voyage continues day after day. Food rations have been cut in half in fears that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men who have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain. Day 91. It has come to roughly 3 months out on the endless blue. Without much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we're heading for home port. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. The spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up in the thinking of it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. Interesting. So now that we have a knife, we can go fight the spooter. Yeah, we'll go fight the spooter. Okay. And the spider was in that room right there, I think. If I remember correctly. So, the far door. Yeah, here we go. Okay, cool. Okay. Large spider falls from above. You have no doubt it's hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out your knife and stab the spider when you can. Unfortunately, the knife doesn't scare the spider and it bites you with ease. Oh, it is. I need this sword. You begin to lose feeling all over your body and everything goes black and you die. All right, fine. We haven't gone upstairs yet. So let's go upstairs. I don't know what to use the knife for. What do we use the knife for? I don't know, killing the tree? Killing the bear? Way back in the cave? That's forever ago. Yeah, I feel like the cave is actually kind of important to get the sword, maybe. But we'll see. You discover what looks like a private library. There is a passageway before you with bookcases on the left and right. Browse books. I like books. You take a moment to look at books. I've already read like 8 books this year. I'm very happy. Some of them catch your eye. The Rituals of Ancients, Depiction of Music, or the Book of the God of Fear and Hunger. Of Forgotten Power. How about that? Flipping through the pages, there's one in particular that has ink markings all over it. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely a myth that such energies exist. One does not simply stumble upon the pillar of godly power. Even if such fate is yours, bare hands cannot contain its force. It must be bent and channeled into a specially crafted vessel to carry it. There have been accounts across time of individuals possessing such power. Although they pass away as sand, their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations around the world would fight for. So we need something in order to contain the forgotten power. Deception by music? There's a dog-eared page marking a section of a book. You turn to it. The act of charming is not necessarily limited by the instrument, but how the musician goes about playing the given instrument. Some are definitely easier to use than others, and for a skill such as this, there are a few instruments recommended. The harp is one of these recommended instruments. From vicious dogs to sly unicorns, the soothing voice of the harp can calm the troubled heart. Okay, we need to find a harp then. Of course, not all creatures can fall for this simple trick, but it can mean the difference between life and death in some situations. So we could get past the dog with the harp, it sounds like. And then the Ritual of Ancients. Something grabs your attention. Pillar of stone. Years before the current times, there were unique religious practices that revolved around Stonehenge. It is said that these stones are lined up in a very specific way and often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing the stones this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone, or two for the keystones to rest on. This is the great mystery of the ancient practice. From ancient records, it is written that the energies from the surrounding stone channel their power into the keystone. You stop reading because the next page of the book has been torn out. Okay. I guess we gotta leave then, and then we can just move forward. After saving. Again? Upstairs further, you enter a strange room with a large globe centered in the room. There are windows at the left, and light shines through. You notice that there is a chest resting against the wall to the right. You also notice that there's another passage, like in the previous room. I'm over-saving, but that's okay. Opened a chest. You notice that there's a lock fastened to it. With no key to unlock the chest, you decide to leave it alone. Okay, so we can't do that. Inspect the globe. You study the globe attached to the floor's surface. The craft is made of metal. There's fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find the markings of where you are. Amur. You notice that there are some hand-drawn markings within the areas made with black ink. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings in areas of around the globe. I wonder what I'm supposed to take from that. I don't know. Or continue forward. You climb the stairs to find the wall ending your path. Above the end of the stairway is a hatch. Open the hatch. You open the hatch, pull yourself up. You've made it to the top of the tower. Before you is a stone of power, resting upon an altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure, as if they were feeding off of energies of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. Destroy the stone. Where is our last save? Load. Oh, right in there? Okay. Yeah, we can destroy the stone. It may be your only chance. You approach the stone and grasp onto it. You lose sight of feeling immediately as your hands become glued to the stone. Your life is drained from your body. Only bones remain to testify to your death. Your adventure ends here. Okay. Cool. Inspect globe. All right. Well, with the knife, maybe we can fight the bear? It's a steak knife, man. It's like a dinner knife. It's not going to work. I'll wander around a little bit, see what I can find. Oh, we can continue on from the sword. Okay. Well, that's one area we can go to then. We haven't been over here yet. Oh, is this a lake? You pause to see that the lake is nearby. The trail continues off to your right. Oh, okay, cool. So this is more stuff. Yeah, we haven't been over here. Okay, cool. Inspect the lake. You step near the lake and look down into it. Resting underwater is an orb of some sort sitting at the bottom of the lake. There's something strange about it, as if it were calling out to you. Dive in. Why not? You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You die. You open your eyes to see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way towards it. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You pull out your knife and point it at the fish. Waving the knife around, you fail to deliver the fatal blow to the fish. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. Oh man, the knife isn't good for shit. What do I need the knife for? Man, that's crazy. We need like a better weapon than the knife. All right. I'll at least inspect the lake and then we'll go back. Leave. And then we'll continue on, I guess. All right, continue along the trail. Oh, it's a Stonehenge. Yeah, the keystone. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Explore the fields. No, we'll check out the pillars. You stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center of the stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. Seeing that, you can't do anything. You head back. Okay. Yeah, it's like you have to like get puzzle pieces in order to solve other puzzle pieces. Unfortunately, we haven't been grabbing too many. All we have is rope and a stupid knife that doesn't do anything. Explore the field. You find yourself grazing over the grass field with the hills rolling off into the distance. Is the unicorn going to kill me? As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique power of a unicorn can help you with your quest. But there is clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. Yeah, we need the harp or something. Damn. All right, we're at an impasse again. I have to keep looking around. Oh, this is new. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? There's like a phallus in the middle of this cave. That's a hell of a stalagmite. Yeah. I'm gonna go right, I think. I usually go left, but I go right. You hear a subtle echo of shifting rocks before you. An eye appears before you and its gaze pierces the darkness. Before you can do anything, tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. It pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. You remember the knife you had found in the struggle to bring it out. It's finally useful! It's finally, with success, you hold the knife and begin to cut away the appendages that bind you. The room vibrates as you do cut, and the creature immediately leaves you alone. It takes you a moment, and you catch your breath. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? I'm going to save again. Actually. Okay. Yeah, I want to go right, I think. The path you walk comes to an end. Before you shines a pillar of light. Oh, that's the flower. The light rests on a corpse that seems to have been here for quite some time. Near the corpse stands a lone flower. For some reason, you feel hope enter your heart as you gaze upon the flower. Surely this flower will ease the pain of the specter. You approach the flower and carefully pluck it from the ground. There's something special about this flower. Oh, hell yeah! Light continues to pierce through the darkness from the opening above. Surely it gives you some small hope that all is not lost. Seeing that there is nothing else for you here, you turn around. Nice! Okay, here we go. Save. And inspect the grave. You approach the grave. The ghost appears before you. Without hesitation, you reach for the flower and give it to the spirit. The spirit grabs the flower from your hand as you extend it to him. You feel a subtle breeze blow by as the figure fades away with the flower. A faint whisper dances about the air. I am free at last. You feel a sense of relief within you, and you reach for the sword. You now wield the special sword. Oh, hell yeah. Cool. Save. Now I wonder if we can go to the lake and fight the fish. Here we go. Okay. Inspect the lake. So let's see here. Save. Dive in. Here's the fish. You grab your sword and hold it close, pointed at the fish. The fish swims at you with haste. Just as it gets in range, you thrust the sword into the top of its mouth. The sword penetrates and goes through the forehead of the fish. It struggles about in pain as blood filters through the water. Hell yeah. Excellent. You pull your sword out and the fish retreats out of sight. You doubt it'll live long. With the fish no longer a threat, you make your way to the orb. Holding it in your hands, you feel it vibrate, as if there's energy inside trying to break loose. This must be important. You exit the lake with the orb in your possession. Heck yeah. You pause to see that there's a lake nearby. Yep, and the trail continues on. That's worth a save for sure. Now, spider maybe? I don't know what to do with this orb. Maybe we do something with it here? Inspect the stone pillars? Yeah. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. You remember the orb you found on the floor near the lake. Yeah, okay. You place the little orb into the slot carved in the center of the rock. The stone that surrounds you begins to glow. The light radiates and grows brighter. With a flash of light, your surroundings change. The ground is no longer grass. The newly discovered floor appears to be very old, as if crafted by someone long ago. Rubble and stone near the edges of the platform also hint that this is an ancient place. Looking onward, at the end of the pathway is a fountain of light. There seems to be no beginning and end, an endless power steadily flowing. You're amazed at such a sight. Ugh, I don't know if I might just leave. I have a spooter to kill, but we'll approach it. We have a save. The light intrigues you and you walk towards it. Rays of light burst about you as if they're seeking to break you away from its home. You feel the energy flow into you, but you struggle to contain it. Your body begins to glow immensely and you burn from the inside out. Yeah, you're blinded by the flow of power and you dissolve before it. Your body becomes disintegrated by the light. That's a good way to go. The light shall burn you achievement. Nice. Okay. Here, we'll leave here. Now seeing what secrets these stones contain, you know that you can come back at a later time. You pick up the orb. Okay. With the orb back in your possession, you walk back towards the trail. All right, let's get over to the spider. Okay, here we go. The far door. Spider revenge. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out your sword to stab the spider as it lunges at you. Over and over again, you stab the monster. Each time it squeals in pain. Spider flees into the darkness overhead. You hear it motioning about, possibly to strike you again. You notice a key on the ground by your feet. Before more trouble happens, you quickly grab the key and make for the door. Cool. You feel you got what you needed. There's no reason to go back in that room again. So now we can go open the chest and see what's in there, if that's what the key is for. Move forward. Yeah. Open the chest, right? Approaching the chest, you notice it's locked. Yeah, with the key you found earlier, try the lock. It clicks open. Oh, there's the harp. You discover a small wooden harp resting on linen cloth. Okay, you take the harp and close the chest. So now, with the harp, we can either the dog or that big dog, or we can go to the unicorn. Because I think the unicorn would listen too. I'm not sure which one though. I'll try both. Okay, here we go. Before you can do anything, a large hound jumps in front of you. Doesn't look vicious. You pull out the harp and begin to pluck at the strings. The hound begins to wag its tail. To your surprise, the beast walks away, as if it were charmed by the harp. You never gave it much thought about how powerful music could be. All right. Cell door on the left or cell door on the right? I wonder if it'll still work for the unicorn too, maybe. Let's do the one on the right since it's already opened. You enter the cell on the right. You see a wooden table on its side, some debris on the floor, and a large hole in the corner of the room. See nothing special. You motion towards the hole. You discover a passageway underground. Unfortunately, all you can see is fallen rock, blocking the way through. Seeing that there's little you can do, you go back where you came from. Okay. The door's open. You find a skeleton positioned in the corner of the room. There's also a bed and some chains attached to the wall. You have no doubt this individual was locked up for a long time. Inspecting the skeleton, you notice a ring on one of its bone fingers. The faint glow of light emanating from the ring, as if it were magical. You may find such a ring useful. You take the ring and put it on with a perfect fit. Maybe that's enough to contain the lightning. Seeing that there's nothing of interest here to you, you leave the cell. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, I think we got... I never checked the right-hand side. We could do that real quick. I've got a save. Yeah, I've never been in here. You enter a small room. There's a large cauldron in the center of the room with wood resting beneath. There's nothing on the shelves, as if something cleaned this place out. You look into the pot and find nothing in it. With nothing else to see, you exit the room. Okay. What was in the left? It's just a hole in the wall. All right, cool. All right. Well, I guess we go to the unicorn? And we can also try to do the light beam too. Oh, so you saw the unicorn. Unsure of what's going on, you think of a way to tame the beast. Suddenly you remember the harp you found earlier. So yeah, we can charm both of them. With the harp in hand, you pluck the strings. The soothing calm comes over you as you listen. Hey, there he is. The unicorn comes into view and stops before you. The unicorn glares at you, and you begin to hear a faint voice in your head. Human, have ear for my words. A great evil has gripped these lands, and it has rendered me powerless. You must find some way to stop it. I wish I could help you, but without my full power, I can do little. The fate of this land depends on you. Thank you, Uni. Before you could speak, the unicorn turns and runs off again. You realize you're alone to complete this quest of yours. This is no longer about saving your farm. You must save the whole land from the spreading darkness. You turn back as you question what you should do next. I guess we can inspect the stone pillars now. I can't think of anything else to do, really. Except for go back to that land and see if we can supercharge ourselves with light. It's kind of all I can think of. Let's see if that works. Yeah, there we go. You remember the ring that you found and you point it towards the light. Your hand trembles as light flows into it. Before you can think, the ring begins to burn and you stumble back. The light shines brightly from the ring. You notice a subtle warmth to it as you observe. You feel that you accomplished what you must do here. You pick up the orb. Okay. I wonder if we can now, destroy that rock pillar with, the protection of the ring. I don't know. Let's go try it. See if that's what we're supposed to do. Okay, here we go. The moment of truth. See if we're ready for this or not. We've got lots of stuff. Swords and knives and powered up rings. So hopefully we'll never know unless we try. Destroy the stone. Yeah, you stretch your fist and point the ring at the stone. You feel a resistance, as if the stone is trying to defend itself. You try to keep hope and focus on the ring. Pew! A burst of light shoots out of the ring, penetrating the stone. You feel the very air shake about. The ground beneath your feet begins to vibrate. The ring becomes heavier to hold in place, but you know it's working. You feel confident, and a sense of joy sweeps over you. The light intensifies, nearly blinding you. The ground beneath you shakes violently, as if the tower itself were trying to stop you. What little fear in you becomes powerless as you focus on your task. Everything goes white, blinding you completely. A weird sensation comes over you, and you feel as light as a feather. You begin to feel a tingling sensation all over your body as you hone your senses. The feeling suddenly flees your body and you find yourself motionless. Everything is cold, and your ability to concentrate begins to leave you. You open your eyes, witnessing what is left of the tower. You begin to feel something. Warmth, light. It's coming back. You lack the strength to talk as the unicorn comes into view. Light emanates from the horn on its head. All you can do is smile as the creature approaches. The light intensifies. You may have saved the land, but the unicorn has come to save you. Your adventure does not end here. Oh, there's more endings than that. I'm happy with that ending, though. That's good as hell. Dude, Disturbed is so good. 2016 visual novel. Free. Still kicks ass. It's awesome. Build update was great. I don't know what they changed because I never played it originally. But it was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Loving the visual novels. I'll have to figure out what to do for the last couple of days of Visual Novel Fest. Like I said, probably most likely might be Slay the Princess. But we'll see if I can find anything else. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Lone, and this has been Disturbed.